Hey guys, I'm Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today we're going to do a fun Halloween card. I hope you guys don't think it's too soon to do that, but it's been calling my name. So thank you so much for being here. If you are new, please subscribe. I have been trying to get my numbers up, and that's how I can tell if I'm doing a good job. And if you always come, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. One thing, my blog is back and running. So, yay. So, you can go there to look at things and I'll tell you more about it, where you can get free PDFs of everything I do here on my YouTube channel. All right. And say hi to my dog. I'm going to see how he does. You can see him over there. See how he does today. Might not do this again. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and flip you down. Thanks. Just want to make it straight somewhat. There we go. Yay! Okay. I'm only making one card because it is, I was getting my blog fixed this week, so I didn't have much time to design. So Lola, the class is on Friday at the senior center. Friday. Pat, can you tell them the date? I don't remember the Christmas card. I can't look right now, but it's the Christmas card class. So I'm hoping that Lola will come. All right, so we're starting off with Gorgeous Grape, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I'm going to put that aside for now. And this will not be a very long class, but I think it's a good one. Okay, so I don't know why I put that aside. I needed it. Got a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to place this into my cutter and right on the back side of the score line. And we're going to go down to 3. And I am going to stand up so I can make sure I get it from the top. Oh, see, this is what happens if you don't. There we go. All right. And then we're going to flip it and let's see if I have it at 3. Yep. We put it at 3 again and go to the score line and then just take it off. All right. Then we're going to cut that to be 4 inches. And because we're going to use this to put on that flap. And I want to make sure that, that I know what to put it at. And that would be at 2 3/8. Sorry. I had it written down for my blog post and to put on my PDF. I just forgot. All right, 3. So this is now going to go, and we're going to use this for our sentiment. And that, you would cut that down too, but I already have one, so we're just going to use that. All right, done with that. So we're going to stamp the books. So I don't know, you guys, I got to explain the whole Halloween thing. It's only because growing up, hey, Carol, sorry, Valerie, hey, I'm glad you got your card, Valerie. That's awesome. All right. So growing up, we had a great neighborhood and doing Halloween was awesome. We had a house there in our neighborhood where it always went all out. So we loved it. So I'm going to stamp my books all the way across. And that's not straight. It's because I'm coming from this way. Let's try it again. There, that's a little bit better. You guys, this is so silly. All right. It's going to be fine. I'll show you my original. Well, books aren't always straight, right? But mostly I love Halloween because making scrapbook pages for my daughter, well, my kids, all my daughters, and it just makes me happy because it's always different. So every time we have a sale for um, anything Halloween, I'm always all over it. All right, so I'm going to use the brush with the gorgeous grape, and I'm just going to go around the edges. So I was telling Lola about the Christmas card class. You make 16 cards, right? 16? Yes. I got so many numbers in my head right now. It's like kind of sad. And it's an all-day thing, and it's a lot of fun. Everybody brings something to share food-wise, and we all just sit and visit and listen to Christmas music, eat, laugh, have fun. Okay, so we have that, and I am doing it on Friday and Saturday, but the Saturday class is at my house, so the seating is limited. So do not wait to tell me if you can come on Saturday. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this on the front, and then we'll move on. But this is a kind of a fun, if you want to call it a fancy fold, even though it's fancy, but it's not that fancy. Okay, I'm going to close this for now. And we're going to do some embossing. So I die cut the cauldron from the set, 16 cards. Thanks, Pat. And we are going to emboss it with the black. And I don't know if you guys have tried the new embossing powders. They are very, very nice, and they're thick. Like when you heat set them, it's just so much better than they used to be, which I didn't even think that could happen because I always liked it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the embossing buddy, and I like to see it. If you don't see it, you haven't put enough on it, in my opinion. We're going to bring in the cauldron to stamp it, and I'm going to use Versamark. And hopefully I can do this without standing. Well, you got it good if you pick it up. Okay, so now we are going to pour some embossing powder on that. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. I will pour it back in after. I'm going to go ahead and heat set this until it is shiny. Well, it doesn't look like this got it. So let me try it one more time just to make sure. Okay. Okay, and then you want to let it cool a little bit because it's still a little tacky. Just so everybody knows, today is my baby's, oh, I still have a sweat, her 24th birthday. So those that don't know, I have 5 kids and only 3 grandkids. That just doesn't seem right. And there's 20 years between my first and my last. I know. I just could not handle them going off to school. It really bothered me. So I would always get pregnant again when they left, and then I would start all over. I don't see a problem with that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and emboss also this, and I'll probably need the tweezers that come in the kit that you get, your embossing kit. And if you go to my blog, all the things that I've used, and let me show you the blog. It's teddybearstamping.com, and you can sign up for the PDFs that is free. You can also go see the pictures, like I said earlier. And underneath where I write is all the pictures that will take you straight to my store so that you can just pick what you like and then go from there instead of trying to look it up yourself. All right, now. Okay, so we've got this. We're just gonna get it on there. Oh, I did a good job. Okay, so this is where you can really, I don't know that you can really tell how good this is now. Do you see how thick that looks? Nice. Okay, so I'm letting that cool off. I'm going to wipe it off on my pants because that's how I do. Okay, so we're going to leave that. We've got this one done. We're going to bring in, got to get everything. This is the, what I call on my blog, goo. And I want to use the brush and go over it a little bit because I want it to be a little bit more where it stands out. And I don't want to come in from the bottom too much because it might bend it. Okay. So that's going to go at the top of the cauldron. So we'll go ahead and put that on now. And I will use, hey, Mary. So glad you could make it. Okay. Sorry, I had to pull it close to me so I could see what I'm doing. There we go. Isn't that cute? Now you could come in with like a white gel pen and add highlights if you want. I just think it looks good like this, so I'm not going to worry about it. Another thing that I wanted to do is bring in a piece of the gorgeous grape that is 4 by 5 1/4, and oh, like, and what? Put it through the painted textures folder. So you stick it inside, you run it through your machine, and you knew I was going to have this. You have it like this. Isn't that cool? I just love this. This is like one of my very favorite. And you got, I mean, you could use either side. I kind of like this side. So I'm going to bring it here again because I want to highlight all the ups and downs, the crags, and what would you call that? The bumps. All right. All right, now I'm going to get serious on this as I'm going to have it come in on from the edges because I really want it to stand out. And then we're not going to ink this up again once we use it later. I guess I do need now, but I'm saying for after we're done with this part, we're just going to use the remnants of the ink that was on here. I think I got it. But do you see how the sponging really sets this off? I mean, look at that. That's even better than it was before. Okay, so I'm going to leave this out. We're going to put this aside. I went ahead and cut 2 circles from deckled circles. These are the 6th and 7th, 6th and 8th from largest. So this would be 6 and this would be 8. I wanted them to be different so that we could don't have to worry about it so much. So we're going to go ahead and sponge on the sides of these. And you see when I don't re-ink it, it's very soft. Very soft. Okay, let's do the other one. Now, if you do need to re-ink, just take a lot of it off. There. All right, so we are going to bring the big one in, lay this down at the bottom, and there is a really cool bubbles one that I want to get on here, but I got to find out. I got to stand up again because you want to kind of hold it where you think it needs to go and then do that. So then when you put this on, it should be in the spot that you wanted it, though I made a mistake up there. Let's see. What do I have? We will just, oh, I hate that. Hold on. I am going to just turn it over, even though I don't like to do that, and clean this, because obviously I pushed it down too hard when I was inking it. We're going to try it again on the other side, though it doesn't look as good because you can tell where it got, and like the embossing thing isn't on the right side. It's fine. That's my motto when I make a mistake. It's fine. Okay, so my husband, whom I adore, loves to bug me, but that's not what this is about. He just thinks it's so much fun. So he showed me this joke he saw where it says, and of course he had to share with me, I call my wife 12. And they're like, 12? Why? Because she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't do any housework. That's me. I doesn't do any of that. Okay, so you see how that comes right to there, and it's okay if it goes over a little bit, but I'll probably raise it just a little. All right, I am not popping this up, surprise, but we will put this down. And those that come to my house know that that's how I am. I do cook every once in a while, just not that often. And when I do cook, I cook good stuff. All right, we're going to emboss one more time. I'm going to put it right here. I'm really trying to make sure none of that ink is still wet because it'll stick to it. Bring this in, and we are going to write a little hocus pocus. And I'm going to get it as close to the edge as I can so that it doesn't bother the bubbles too much. Bring this over again. Goodness gracious, see now what happened is that I didn't push it down. I am having troubles with this card today. Let me empty. If I had, which I don't, I might try something. I'm going to try something. If I had a Versamarker, that would work. But I am going to try, if I can find it. I know I have one. Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to make my own Versamarker and make this finish that word. We'll see. You girls will find out if this works. Okay. I'm going to see. You never know. Sometimes a Hail Mary works. Well, it looks a little scary, doesn't it? Okay, let's try it and see. So can you read that? A little hocus pocus? I don't think it looks too bad, right? Okay, so we got that. We're going to bring this back in. And what I like to do to make sure, now this, you would normally put another circle on the back of this if you're going to make a mistake, which I will do. I will just have to print one. I like to put it upside down so I know where I want it, and then I can put my adhesive or dimensionals where it stops, like right here. So this way it gives me an idea of where not to put it. So we're just going to do that. Thanks, Mary and Pat. You guys are my rocks. Okay. So we're going to take this off, and I will cut another one of these and just stick it on behind, and then it'll look finished. All right. Okay. Let's see if I did a good job. No. At least I can laugh at myself, right? Okay, we're just going to fix that right there. Okay, so now that's there. See, I got embossing buddy. I don't know how that happened. All over my table. That makes no sense. Okay, so now we have that. And then we want to put this on the inside. But we're going to go ahead and put this down first. Doesn't that look good? Good save. I agree, Pat. It almost looks like a ghost wrote it. I crack myself up sometimes. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and stamp on the bottom here. I'll move that. Bring this back. And I think I'm going to put the bubbles down here at the bottom. I should always double like what I cut, just in case I make a mistake. That would be wise. Who said I was wise? Oops, I need, not you guys, huh? All right, so we're going to say double, double, toil and trouble. Why do they repeat the double twice? Just curious. Okay. Then we are going to emboss one more time. Did I say we weren't going to emboss anymore? No, I did not say that. Looking for my embossing buddy. And we're going to stamp the crow. And it's got a lot of detail, so it's going to pick up that embossing powder really well, I think. And I want to get him close enough to where he's standing on the bubbles. My other one, he was kind of up in the air, and I didn't like that. Oh, he's going to look good. Okay, so this is when this brush would come in handy if you got any that's off. You want to make sure you get it because once you heat it, it's stuck. All right. Just making sure I got it all. All right, and then let it cool. I'm going to color it in with dark smoky slate. Now, I think that my last one I did with black in this, but I kind of, and I did Google what a crow or a raven looks like, and they are all black. So no orange beak, nothing like that. Thanks, Pat. Oops, I don't want the brush tip. And this almost looks black, as dark as the gray is, or the smoky slate. Oh, so pretty. You guys, in person, this is gorgeous because it is very sparkly with the embossing. Just don't color the inside of his eyes because that would still stay white. And I'm sure the inside of his mouth would be a different color, but we're just going to leave it like that. Okay, whoops. So if you can see, now you can, because that kind of dulled that a little bit. Let's see if we wipe it with a paper towel, if that will work. Sometimes blends don't work well with embossing powder, but it still leaves the raised part, so I'm happy. Okay, so this is how I set it on my blog or my PDF, is that you're going to turn this over, put it in the middle, put on your tape or glue or whatever it is you're going to do, because I want it to be in the perfect spot right in the middle. And we're going to just close this, and then that gets stuck down, and when you open it, we have that. All right, so we're not quite done. We have to do the Happy Halloween. And I want to go off the circle to give it a little bit more dimension. And we can add a mini under there to make sure it holds up. And I'm going to use a black one because they really do well on not showing the opposite side. All right. There we go. Okay, and then to finish it off, we're going to use this Purple Fine Shimmer Gems Thanks, Carol. I hope you're not the only one that likes them. Okay, so I think I used on my other one, the darker ones, because they have two different colors. And I wanted to use the gorgeous grape. So we're going to go ahead and put there. And I went a little bit, I know, crazy on how many I used. But, you know, these bubbles fit those just perfectly. So I'm like, okay. And one more. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you should have 7. So I'm going to put one, an odd number is what I'm saying. One more right here, because that bubble needed some help. Okay. Well, that is not quite straight, but I think it will do. All right, so what do you guys think? We have one more thing to do, and then we are done. As I'm going to bring in my envelope. And hey, Haiti, stamp. You're right in time for the drawing. Perfect timing, girl. Okay, the books for the front. So when I send this out, they'll know it's something special. So we've got that, and here's the original. Now, I did go in and I decided not to do that on this one because you really can't tell anyway. But I went in with black to make the cauldron look darker on all angles except for the middle. It really doesn't show, and it kind of dulled my embossing powder. But this is nice and clean. But what I want to do is go ahead and put the whole circle back on it. And then when you open it, it just looks better, you know, and you can always add another sentiment there. Oh, I forgot, girls. We have the back. Goodness. Because you can't sign that anywhere. I'm going to do this again where we're just doing it real fast. Same brush, just adding a little bit of color. Good thing I looked on the back, huh? Okay, and then we're just going to put in the bubbles. And then I'm going to add a few bubbles because it just looks better. Pat, you can go ahead and start with, thank you, Valerie, start with the drawing. And then we can get that done right after we're done here. All right, where is my circle? Okay, so I used a whole bunch of stuff yesterday and I stuck it all over. I didn't clean it up, which I should have. Pat knows. She was here with me. Oh, here it is. Okay, and we made a huge mess, but I did not put it all away because why would I do that? I doesn't do anything, right? I'm sorry, that just cracked me up. Okay, so that's going to go on the back. And I changed the size because I didn't like that it looked smaller. So yeah, I can never do the same thing twice. You guys know that. Well, so you'll have to tell me if you like it with a bigger piece rather than this. Don't you think that, I don't know, to me this looks better. But all right, so we have these. So cute. So all the, well, see, you won. That's awesome. So I will go ahead and mail you out. Let me guess which one you want. You want one of these, right? Told you I cracked myself up. You guys probably thinking, oh, Lord. So, all right. I will let you go, and I will be back next week. And I will finish this before I send it off to you, Lola, so that you won't have that ugly part on the back. But it'll look very pretty. All right. All right, girls, thank you so much for being here. So sorry that it's a short one and only one card, but after this, it should be better because I've now got my blog fixed. So make sure you go there to sign up for my newsletter so you can get the PDFs for free. I just sent out a whole bunch, 6 of them PDFs. So this is going to be day 1. All right, I'll talk to you next week. Bye.